Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam. I hope you're doing really well, and on this channel I like to talk about all things film, Blu-ray and physical media collecting. Now this is the second video in my collection curation series, and the first video I basically explained that I've been inspired by my good friend Elliot Cohen, that I'm going to reevaluate and reassess how I collect physical media and what deserves to be in my curation. So I'm changing the way I view the films that I own and what is important to me and what I can part with, basically. So every week, as best as I can, I'm going to add 3 films to my collection and purge 1, and I'll just give some brief thoughts about why they're important. These films are important to me and why I'm sort of moving on from the film I'm going to show you. So this will be my 4th entry into the curation, and it's one of the greatest horror films of all time. And as soon as I saw it on the shelf, like scanning through trying to choose which films I want to curate, this was a no-brainer, and I had to have it. And it's the Arrow video release of John Carpenter's The Thing. I adore this film so much. It's pretty much perfect film in my opinion. So if you're not aware of what the thing's about, it follows a bunch of research scientists that are sort of stationed in the Arctic, and a sort of parasitic alien type thing that can sort of host humans begins to terrorize this sort of stranded, sort of isolated community of men. And it's just one of the best films ever made. And this Arrow video release is just so good. It's got an awesome book and a poster and this artwork, and the special features is just so stacked for a film that's so amazing, and it's going in my curation. So number 5 for the curation is a Robert Altman film from 1975, the greatest year for cinema. Check out my video that I did on why I think 1975 is the greatest year for cinema, and it's the film Nashville. Can't not have this in the collection. It's an epic ensemble musical drama film that sort of weaves the stories of like 20 plus characters over the course of a few days in Nashville during like an election campaign, and it follows the lives of several musicians, and the music in this film is written and performed live by many of the actors, and it's just beautiful. I love it. Robert Altman is his pinnacle in my opinion. This film is perfect. I can't fault it in any way whatsoever. Maybe if I dug a little deeper, I might be allowed to find something to critique about it, but I guess that's what's so good about our favourite films. You do find them difficult to critique, and every time I watch this one, it gets better, and the runtime's 160 minutes, and it just flies by. I mean, that all depends on how much you enjoy it, of course, but for me, I just want this film to keep going. I love being in this world that Altman's created, and I adore it. Number 6 in my curation is a film by Andrei Tarkovsky from 1975, the greatest year for cinema, and it's Mirror. So I watched this for the first time last year, and then a couple of days later I watched it again because I was so impressed with my first viewing and I couldn't get it out of my head. It was constantly in my mind, and I think that's a sign of a great film, where it just stays with you. And it's very difficult to describe what this film is about. It's got lots of dream logic, and it's told through flashbacks of memories, and there's poetry in it, and a few of the characters are played by the same actors, so you may get a little confused about who is supposed to be who in it. But if you vibe with this film, it's extremely rewarding. The ending is one of the most poetic things I've ever seen on screen. It truly is breathtaking, but it's just all on a personal level. And yeah, Mirror, I adore this, and this is a recent entry into my all-time favourite films list. And Tarkovsky really blew out of the water with this one, and I adore this film. So now to the Purge title. It's a Criterion collection edition of this film. So in my first curation collection series, I purged Vivre Sa Vie, the Jean-Luc Godard film. And now I'm purging, might be sacrilege to some of the viewers out there, but Francois, can't say it, Francois Truffaut, and it's his coming of age film, The 400 Blows. So this is by no means a bad film. I'll probably give it a solid 3 stars out of 5. But it didn't blow me away, and it doesn't, I'm not going to miss it if it's not on my shelf. And I know this is a very important film in cinema history. It's sort of like the origin of the coming of age story. It's a very autobiographical film for Francois Truffaut, and it was engaging in places. It's just, I'm not going to miss it. It's a good film, but I'd more than happy to sell this and put it towards something, a new discovery, or getting a limited edition of something I truly love. So is on Purging 400 Blows. So let me know what you think about 400 Blows, whether you think it deserves the accolades it's gotten, or whether you, like me, are like, it's fine, it's good, but it doesn't belong in my personal collection, because I don't see myself rewatching this anytime soon in the future. So it's going. So there's episode 2 of the Curation series done. Let me know what you think about my inclusions for this episode, including my Purge title. And yeah, I'll see you next week for another one. So until then, take care.